Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Vertex from Band to Battle, or as some of you may know me as General History. This is another Frontline game that I had while I was streaming last week, and I think this is the best game I had in Frontline, and most possibly even the closest game I've had. Now, I've driven out in my T-34 at first.
Capture zones to reach the main objective.
I like going out in tanks with either a good gun and good turret armor, or a gun that fires fast and good turret armor. Especially in the Frontline game mode, because this game mode gives a lot of places where you can hide your lower hull and you can just bounce shots every time you get hit. I'm moving over to the left side of the C cap. That is because I want to have the ability to move, well, to the left side of this square where you can see the little band next to the hill, and from that area you can shoot into the defenders of the B cap, where you can see that IS-3 moving up, where he is going to, going to sit on a flank, defend his cap. It's a really good position to sit in. Now I come across my equal, a T-34, and put a good shot into him. Now I make kind of a mistake here. I move a little too far forward, and that gets me hit. I didn't know my hull was showing that well, and yeah, you can see the shot went in through my upper hull. And now this is a risky shot, but still I make it, and that's pretty decent for a gun as inaccurate as this. It's good when you make shots like that. And apart from the second shot into the T-34, these were all low rolls. The T-34 hit me for a low roll as well, so it's not that bad, actually. And as you may know, guys, the Frontline game mode is out again. They've removed it, and, well, we'll just have to see how long it takes before we can play Frontline. So, yeah, there's that. I put a good shot in to him. He bounces off my, I guess, upper plate, or maybe my turret armor. I nearly went full Southern American there. I'm just waiting here, seeing what I can do. That Emil is on low hit points. Let's finish that guy off. And I make the rank of Sergeant. So that's pretty early on. We're just like mere 3 minutes into the game. I set up on this corner. I'm hoping that the IS-3 behind me and the T-32 AVL won't do anything stupid and let that guy come to us, because he wants to do damage. If we can whittle him down, we might be able to push around C and have our team capture it. We got that T-44 FL coming around the corner pretty aggressively, so I'll try to put a shot. If I did put a shot into him, took a strag off as well. And I take a strag off again, but nothing much I can do at this moment. My reload is pretty long, and I already have a gun rammer and everything on it. I just don't have a Brothers in Arms crew on the thing.
Zone B contested.
If I did, I might have made a couple more of those shots, but I don't, so... And I'm not using food. I rather use a fire extinguisher on most tanks instead of food. It's just certain tanks that I absolutely know that won't burn down as easily. Those will get food. Tanks I have preventative maintenance on. Now I push up here. I know I can take a shot more easily than my ally behind me, but he didn't feel like moving up. Although we got the C-cap pretty
Our reinforcements have arrived.
well capped at the moment. We're pushing around. The T-44FL is behind them, making it more difficult for the enemy team to attack, because they have to spawn further away. The closer you get to their spawn area, the further away they will spawn.
Ready
And you
for
can see me get in my Chrysler K, because as I said, I like tanks with a lot of armor in this game mode. And considering that, I think it's a shame, I guess, if you will, that this game mode isn't on tier 10, because I have the mouse, and if I want I can buy the Panzer the Panzerkampfwagen 7, the tier 10, have a rear mounted turret heavy tank. I don't know what's it called, but hey, if that was the case, we wouldn't be making as many credits as we are. And I think during the entire event I haven't been able to play that much, sadly, but during the entire event I have been able to grind out, I think, 6.5 million credits, which is pretty nice, because I've been mostly playing with my tier 8 premium tanks actually. Now I haven't been using any credit boosters, I only have 5 of them.
Zone A contested.
So yeah, you can just see me moving up here. Scorpion G puts a shot into me. I want to get into a position where I can point my armor towards those two guys, use my turret a bit, and I was actually pretty impressed that he went through my armor under that angle. I thought I had it pretty well angled, but apparently the 128mm gun on the Scorpion G doesn't really mind. Now the Canaverin gets involved. Yeah, that shot went in pretty easily. He takes out my engine, which is pretty annoying if you ask me. There I make Lieutenant. I'm thinking, okay, we got 5 minutes left. We either have to push through heavily or we're not gonna win this. I get a bit, well, flustered, I guess, by this SCG. I know he can kill me in one shot. I just got this tank out, so I'm not really really wanting it to die again, but I do. SCG takes me out, and I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, where can I help? We got the C-cap, we have to push them back. That Canaverin is never going to get out of there alive, at least if I'm correct. Maybe the STG will get shot by the advancing medium tanks on our team. So if our team pushes through as heavily as they can, they will take F pretty easily. But I'm wondering, and I grab my Prima Victoria. Now I have to travel back a bit because I want to help on the B cap. Like I said before, I want to move into that corner position, and I want to help take the B cap. If I can get on that flank, I can prevent the enemy from attacking from that flank, and it will be a lot easier for the heavy tanks to get into the cap and, well, capture that zone. It will give us 2 extra minutes, and we only have 5 minutes remaining, so every minute we can get is a minute we need at this point. Because at the stream I was already saying, well, I'm gonna try my best, but doesn't look like we are doing as much as we should be doing. Like, our team is just not pushing, not managing to push through, so to say. And maybe I picked the wrong tank. Maybe the Prima Victoria isn't the best tank for this situation because of its relatively low speed for a medium tank. I might have been better off in the T25 Pilot, although the turret armor on that thing is abysmal. And the M46 Patton isn't that much faster than the Prima Victoria, plus its turret armor is pretty shite as well. Prima Victoria has decent turret armor. Now I was thinking I could move on through, but that's not the case. We got a Panther II moving up the area. I'm trying to blow his tracks off so he will stay in a position and I can shoot him a lot more times. But that doesn't happen. I do put in 3 good shots and he just gets obliterated. And this is what I mean. I'm on a flank, I can spot the guys that come up there and I can do something about them. So that our team might have a chance to assault the area, the base. I'm just moving up here and yeah. I'm just trying to get into a good flanking position, do something about the enemy team. Although I'm going to get a nasty little surprise soon. I'm just aiming in an artillery strike, but I don't think that was even remotely effective. And here you can see that, well, having a gun that shoots APCR ammo as standard is pretty nice when you're shooting at light tanks and your gun actually behaves a bit. Because I've had fully aimed shots on light tanks where they just they either bounce off or they miss completely. And there it is. I got whacked for nearly 400 damage because of a camping STR-V S1, and I just don't know what I should do. We got 2 minutes on the clock and we're not really pushing the enemy. Now granted, I'm not doing a lot either, so it's not like this is completely my enemy's fault. Maybe I should have spawned into a heavy tank, gone up to the B cap and tried to work ridge lines with my gun depression, try to take out some of that tanks, pave the way for our team, but I didn't. I thought I would be much more effective on this side where I could flank the enemy, and that is what I'm contemplating. And I'm thinking I can do a couple of things. I can move forward, get shot at, maybe even get close to that STR-V, maybe get in some low ground, and I just noticed that his rate of fire is too good. I'm never going to make it, just trying to close the gap. But I die, which is pretty good if you ask me, because now I can get into another tank on another flank and do something useful for my team. Now I notice the A-cap, we might be able to push that, but it will kill me, even in a light tank. They have that cap completely surrounded. We only have 4 guys in that zone.
Ready for deployment.
We're not gonna make it. But B, we got a big part of our team in B. You know, if I get in a light tank, I can move around the enemy, I can get on the flanks, I can just do whatever I need to do. And somebody needs to get in the cap, somebody needs to get on the flank to protect the flanks, and here we do it. This is part of an important play. We get in the B cap with the last seconds of the game. We have a good couple of guys in there, so we're going into overtime.
Last chance to capture.
Just 1.5 minutes, but it might be all we need.
You have been promoted.
There I make captain, and I make a really, really bad shot. I try to stay as close to this guy as possible because Even though I'm shooting on the move with APCR, if he moves too fast or too far away, I won't be able to make the shots on him. Now I'm doing something which I think is pretty important. I get on the flanks and I tried to will some of their number down. And there's that SCRV again. Again! And that annoyed me a bit in the stream. I was like, oh god, him again? Is he like constantly aiming for me? And there we cap B, so we got another 2 minutes, and at this moment I'm thinking, okay, every 2 minutes we can get is another 2 minutes. Every overtime we can get is another 1.5 minutes. So we might as well stretch this as long as we can. Because we're not going to get that much time, and the more damage I can do, the better. And this T-28 prototype, I know he can't hit me even if he tried. I would be able to outmaneuver the guy, I would be able to stay behind him, and he can't turn his turret all the way. He only has like a 250 degree angle or something like that. Now that Lorraine 40T is behind me, and I know I won't be able to take on a auto-loading medium tank. He will be able to keep up with me, he will be able to out-damage me. With only 443 hit points left, that guy can kill me in 2 shots.
Heavy artillery is ready. Vehicle repaired.
So I put an artillery strike down on the guy. I won't know if it's any good whatsoever, but I know, okay, the E area is going to be heavily contested, so it might not be the best idea to go for that area at the moment. I put a airstrike down on that IS-3, but I think he will just move a little damage. A little. I was hoping for a bit more, but you can't have everything now, can you? I take a 300 hit point shot from him there. Another one there. But I know I should keep going. I'm going for this IS-3. Might be able to do some damage, but I bounce off the guy. He starts turning his turret. Get some damage in. But we're racking up quite some damage. We're over 8,000 damage at the moment, so... And again, this is just... Every minute we can get is another minute. Every point that we can get is another point. I'm just trying to make this game as good as possible. And we're capping the F zone, so we might be able to stretch this out a bit. And because of that, I'm going into a faster tank, the T-25 Pilot, and try to go into the A area, where I know we can get some extra overtime as well. And well, this is kind of how you have to play the game as the attacker. You need to be aggressive. You need to keep moving up and up and up.
Extra time has been added.
Luckily, at the last 15 seconds, we get the F cap. So we have the time we need to cap A. And I see here that a lot of the enemy team is moving towards the B zone. I don't exactly know why, but apparently they think it's more important to go into the B area than to defend the A area, because this is going to give us more time. Well, if they can stop us from pushing into E, that's going to help them too, but whatsoever, of however, we're going to get some extra time, and we are already at the objectives, because we've got F captured. So I'm just sitting here in this area, I'm just trying to help the team cap this. I'm looking around, seeing if people are trying to get close. Only a couple of seconds, I'm like, oh, come on, let's just cap this thing.
We have captured Zone A. Air support incoming. You have been promoted.
and that gets me to the rank of Major. So I haven't had really good games this entire evening on Frontline, so I was like, okay, being Major is pretty good. I've reached a rank higher than I really have before this evening during the stream, and well, I'm just grabbing all I can to help out my team. I'm trying to move along this area, so might be able to help somewhere or move into the enemy zone as quickly as I can before our time runs out again. And here it is, 2 minutes remaining. We're always constantly working on that 2-minute mark. And here I'm thinking, oh nice, IS-3, but I get hit in the rear. Progetto 46, and I don't know what it is with these tanks, but I dislike them. And it's not as much that I dislike them because they are overpowered, but they are so numerous at the moment in Tier 8 that it's just not fun anymore. But that's to be expected of a new Tier 8 premium tank. They are always going to be numerous when a new tank comes out, and well, the combination of good penetration, a rapid firing gun if you are willing to sacrifice DPM, because that auto reloading thing is, well, yeah, it's not that fun. In my opinion, they should have just made it a single shot gun with a decent enough reload, but not how they created it at the moment. I'm not a big fan of this implementation where you can just burst off 3 shots really quickly and then just go hide for 30 seconds somewhere before you jump back in. Not really how I would have made the tank, but yeah. That's maybe for another time, I don't know. Point being, I'm just not a really big fan of the Progetto, and that might have to do with its popularity. Now I'm back in my Chrysler K. I know I can take quite some hits in this thing, and I was thinking about going to the D area, but I figured, well, the enemy has such a low amount of tanks in this region that I might be better off going somewhere else, since we already have the D area under control.
We have captured Zone D. Air support.
So I'm thinking, okay, maybe I am what's needed to break through in the E area, since that is the last area we need to grab, and that area will give us a 4-minute extra time. So I'm kind of cursing myself because I'm like, oh shit, I was expecting to need to go to D, but we already have D, and now I'm in a slow, heavy tank. That's not a lot of fun. I have to travel quite a while, and well, it's not immobile, but it's not really mobile. So I'm just like, okay, yeah. And at this point I noticed, right, okay, we got one objective. We already have one objective taken out. We almost have a second objective. And I don't know, it's an ELC even 90 that's just peppering the back of the 2 objective. And it's almost out. It's 155 damage. There it goes, and I'm like, oh yeah, buddy, you did it. You did it. And at this point I'm like, okay, we can win this. We can. We might be able to. We have to work for it, we have to work hard for it, but we can win this. And, well, I'm just trying to keep these guys away, trying to get my team as close as possible. And do still as much damage as I can. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe the easiest place to attack right now will be number 3. The number 3 objective. We don't know if anybody is back there. And we got a lot of people right here. And we need to move as quickly as possible. So, yeah, the 3 objective is closest for us. If we push with all we've got right here, we might be able to do something about it.
Repairs completed.
And I get my repairs in. I try to take a shot on the move because at this point I'm not really in an aiming mood. I'm like, okay, we got 3 minutes left, we need to move in. No time for stopping. If I can shoot at something, I'll shoot at it on the move. And at this point my heart was racing, you know. And on the stream I was like, okay guys, this is it. We're gonna have to make do with what we have. And well, team also makes objective 1 at this point, and I make general. I'm like, at this point I'm like, oh wow, general rank, and I'm the first guy that makes general. I try to block my allies a bit, but I can't lose focus of the objective. We need to move forward. We need to keep going. And that's when I see the oh-ho, and I think I even went oh-ho on the stream. I'm like, okay, I need to go through this guy. No point in using normal ammo with 198 penetration. We need to take this guy out. I'm the heavy tank. I'll go up. I'll try to block the guy.
Objective 3 reached.
And I'll try to whittle him down as much as I can. Have the other guys just move up and let me deal with the enemies. I know they'll have a hard time going through me, at least if they are not spamming high explosive like this Canaveran. And if I'm correct, I'll even type it out in chat. Go for 3, just leave me or something like that. Yeah, there it is. Go for 3. I have this guy. I know that even without the Tiger 2, I will have this guy for myself. I can keep him tracked because my reload is pretty good. That Progetto, I just can't get a shot on him. And, well, I can see that objective going down, whittling down, and there it goes. 3 destroyed, 1 minute of time left. And that was an amazing game. And yeah, this was the closest game I have had, the best result I have had. All in all, everything combined, I did 11,740 damage. I blocked 3,540 points of damage, and I supported in 2,137 damage. And well, the base damage number, that 11,740, that's the highest I've reached in Frontline. But just the way we worked together as a team in the final minutes, when we reached the objectives, when we just all pushed forward and got into position, and everybody kind of organically did what they needed to do, that just made this game, in my opinion, really, really awesome. Now I'm going to get the post-game results in, but I forgot to print screen the results while I had them, so I had to upload this replay to the World of Tanks replay.com website. If you don't know about it, go check it out. You can upload your replays yourself. You can watch replays from other people. And I know that guys like Quickie Baby and Jingles, Mark GLF, or formerly known as Aging Jedi, regularly look at that website and to see if they can find a good replay to feature on their channel. So guys, check that website out if you haven't already. You might find good games. If you have a good game yourself, put it on there. Maybe you get featured in a replay by somebody else. But yeah, I don't really have the full post-game results screen anymore. I thought the combined total of experience for this game was close to 10,000, or maybe even over. I think even over, at least 10,000. So, and if I'm correct, not completely sure, but credits was, I got close to 300,000 credits for it, and with the repairs and ammunition, all that crap, I think I made 211,000 credits profit on this game. And if you can have that without running credit boosters, you know you have a good game mode for credit making. And that is what I've been using this game mode for. And that is why I'm sad that the game mode is gone. But guys, let's go check out the post-battle results, that which I have, and we'll see. I'll see you there. Well, here you can see the post-battle results screen, and this game doesn't really record what you did in the match, because I can't remember shooting at a T26E5, at least not with the T34, and apparently I did 479 of 97 damage to him with 3 shots and took him out, so don't think that was the T26E5, if I even shot at a T26E5 at all. As you can see, that damage it recorded doesn't match up. I don't think it really matches up with the kills. I don't know how many kills I got in this game. It doesn't match up with the experience. As you can see here, it doesn't really match up with anything, so I don't really have the post-battle results screen. But as I said in the game itself, I thought it was about 211k credits with over 10,000 experience on this game. And as you saw in the game itself, it was a pretty decent game, if you ask me. I don't want to say I did fantastic in it, because I think I could have done a lot better to help my team, but in the end we won, and in the end we brought a whole big amount of team play to the game, which you don't see very often, and especially in random battles. I think this Frontline game mode is great if you want to bring more teamwork into your team, because, well, yeah, I don't know, in that clutch situation, we came together as a team and we did fantastic, if you ask me. I hope they will bring it back. They will bring it back often, or they will bring it back as a main event of the game, like World of Warships has PvE battles, or like Armored Warfare has its PvE battles. World of Tanks can have Frontline, and you could say like, okay, we're gonna make different maps, like a big ass Prokhorovka map, that would be awesome, or a big ass city map, or like while you're attacking, for example, Cologne, which is a place nearby here where I live, and it was a place where a lone panther attacked advancing American troops, and that panther was taken out by, if I'm correct, by a Pershing. And that was one of the few times a Pershing had any combat action. So where the attacking team has to push up into a city. That would be awesome. Where you just start out on the first 3 blocks, just woodland or grassland or something like that. You know, the A, B, and C caps is just open fields, and then you get into a city. That, I think that would make for a really, really cool game mode. And I think you can go a lot of ways with this. You can make like the hedgerows in France. You can make the Ardennes, something like where the attacking team has to take on bridges, like where they had to conquer the bridges in the Netherlands. I know that they didn't do that with tanks, but with airborne units, but something like that. You could go into Italy, you could go into Africa, you could go into Russia or the Eastern European areas, you could go into Finland, things like that. I think this has a lot of potential. I hope they bring this game mode back again, hopefully with more maps. So yeah, guys, that's my 2 cents about it. And if you enjoyed it, I hope to see you in the next one. Please leave a like down below. Share this video with your friends if you think they might like it. And also subscribe to my channel. And if you want, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and you will stay up to date. I will also post links to my videos and to my Twitch when I go live. So yeah, I hope to see you in the next one, and maybe I even hope to see you on Twitch sometime. Now, again, I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, take care.